Uh, First of all, I'm very much thankful to Mr. Jalai Pandya for giving me an opportunity to deliver my thoughts on flexible packaging processes, challenges, and potential. Today, we will discuss about plastics flexible packaging, key terminologies, machines, process of manufacturing, industries that require packaging materials, what are the challenges, what are the potential areas of improvement, recent developments, and usage of plastic waste. So now what is polymer? What is polymer? So we can obtain naphtha from crude oil, monomers from cracking of naphtha, and polymers from polymerization of monomers. So this is brief introduction of polymer. And plastics. Plastic is converted form of polymers through various processes like blown film extrusion, cast extrusion for film, extrusion for pipe and profile, calendering for sheet, injection molding for chair, injection stretch blow molding for jars and bottles, compression molding for blocks and sheets, thermoforming and vacuum forming for tray and containers, rotomolding for tank. Why do we need packaging, or what are the advantages of packaging? It gives attractive look. Packaging material is silent promoter of any product. It supports in brand building and promotion. It has better printability, gloss, transparency, opacity, and strength. It is easy to handle, easy to process, versatile in any climate like summer, winter, spring, or monsoon. It is of lightweight, flexible in nature, require less space in container, and easy to stack. It gives value addition to product at low cost. It is pilfer proof and help to increase shelf life of the packed product. It has excellent resistance to water, oil, grease, acid, alkalis, and aggressive chemicals. It is neutral in nature and non-reactive with products. It has low migration, so do not contaminate packed product. It is non-corrosive in nature, and we can add additives to increase properties like physical, mechanical, chemical, optical, or thermal or electrical. It is 100% safe and secure for food, pharma, drinking water, beverages, and other products. It gives protection against sunlight, gas, moisture, and cross contamination. It restricts cultural growth of microbes, virus, bacteria, and pathogens. So, what are the advantages of plastics against other conventional material, or we can say, what are the limitations of other materials which are using in packaging? The first one is cloth. Cloth is non-hygienic. There are chances of microbial growth and contamination. Paper, majority of papers are extracted from wood pulp, so it leads to deforestation and global warming. Metal, almost all metals are corrosive in nature. Toxicity is higher than plastics in several cases. Require high energy to process, so carbon emission is also high. Glass, major limitation of glass is its fragile nature. It also requires high temperature to process. Jute, it is agro-based product, so availability issues are there. Process of manufacturing is somewhat manual and tedious. Chances of microbial growth are very high because of permeability for gas and moisture, air, and dust. Whereas plastic requires low energy to produce, low carbon emission as compared to other conventional material, low transportation cost, high barrier, and low chance of microbial growth. Types of packaging. Mainly, there are two types of packaging available: flexible packaging and rigid packaging. Flexible packaging includes bags like carry bag, woven fabric bag, non-woven fabric bag, pouches like small sachet and jumbo pouch, tray like flexible tray for dates, rigid tray for sweets, even punnets for fruit packing is also falls into flexible packaging category. Now, rigid packaging includes bottle having different volume and weight capacity, jar with different shapes, with or without lead foil or wet seal, containers flexible for fruits and rigid for food gravy. Major raw materials used in packaging are granules, film, ink, adhesive, solvents. Cylinder and rubber rollers are changeable parts of machinery, and bearing, doctor blade, BOPP tape, etc. are consumables. So normally this type of terminology is used in flexible packaging industry. Now film, various films like polyester film, Alox coated polyester film, metallized polyester film with different thickness and width are available. Polyethylene film like butene, octene, Dolex, metallocene, hexenes are different grades. Aluminum foil with different thickness and width. Paper like glassine paper, chromo art paper, poster, craft, maplitho. Biaxially oriented polypropylene, that is BOPP, metallized BOPP, pearl BOPP, and polypropylene. CPP means cast polypropylene. Metallized CPP, Milky White CPP, natural CPP, retort CPP are available. Nylon film, biaxially oriented nylon, biaxially oriented polyamide films are available. EVOH film and other combination of these films. Inks, various type of inks are used in packaging industry like vinyl base, polyurethane base, polyamide base, nitrocellulose base. Viscosity of ink is important for processing. Reduction factor is also important to check the QC parameter. Barcode for drawdown, strength of pigment, color shades and tone are decided upon Pantone shade card. Solvents are used like ethyl acetate, toluene, MIBK, MEK, hexanone, etc. Ink is a two-component system of pigment and resin, where solvent is used to increase handling characteristic of the ink. Adhesive. Adhesive is also a two-component system like polyol and isocyanate or polyol and hardener, NCO and OH. NCO, isocyanate and hardener are cross-linking or curing agents. Solid content of adhesive is important for QC purpose and processing purpose. Solvents like ethyl acetate is used to increase handling characteristic or cleaning the machinery parts. Drying is required to evaporate the solvents. Bond strength is a QC parameter like green bond strength and dry bond strength. Heat seal strength is again QC parameter. Curing or cross-linking is required to have optimum strength. Delamination happens if drying or lamination or curing is not proper. Then cylinder. Majority, there are 4 types of cylinder engraving processes like chemical engraving, electronic engraving, laser engraving, or electromechanical engraving. Cell structure, mass, cell depth are different for different engraving processes. Doctor blade is required to wipe off the excess ink or adhesive. Rubber roller is required to transfer ink or adhesive from cylinder to film. And doctor blade's pressure and angle is required to adjust the coating GSM. Now, which kind of machineries are used in flexible packaging? So the first one is a multi-layer blown film plant. It converts granule into film having different width and thickness. Many types of multi-layer blown film plant are available like 3-layer, 5-layer, 7-layer, 9-layer, 11-layer. Even cast film process is also used to making film. Then rotogravure printing machine to print on polyester film, BOPP film, PVC or paper. CI Flexo is also advanced technology than rotogravure printing machine. CI Flexo has several advantages also, like precise printing, low ink consumption, and high speed, or we can say higher output. Various types of lamination machines are available, like solvent base, where solvent is used to increase the handling characteristics, solvent less, heat and press for pharmafoil, extrusion coating, hot melt for soap wrappers, cold seal for chocolate and confectionery, slitting machines like turret and drum type. So there are two types of slitting machines majorly available. Then bag making machine like flat bottom gusset, stand up, zipper, and multi-purpose. So the first process is printing, then lamination, then curing or cross-linking in natural condition, then slitting. And if customer do not have automatic form fill seal or packing machine, then bag making process is required. So multi-layer blown film plant. As I said earlier, it converts granules into film. Major manufacturers are Raju Engineers, Windsor, and Cabra Extrusions. Many type of multi-layer blown film plants are available, like outer bubble cooling, 3-layer or 5-layer plant for general to medium output, interbubble cooling, 3-layer or 5-layer plant for medium to high output for better clarity and transparency. Then POD 5-layer plant for high barrier, high strength. It also gives high hot pack strength, so we can pack a bulk product like 5 kg, 10 kg, 15 kg from this film. Barrier layer like 5-layer, 7-layer, 9-layer, 11-layer plants are available to produce nylon or EVOH film for oil, ghee, vacuum, thermoforming applications. It gives high barrier against gas and moisture. Rotogravure printing machine. Rotogravure printing is done through rotation of engraved cylinder. This process has lots of advantages over other processes, like it is continuous process and has very output with superb accuracy. It is normally used to have a long process or long production process. Lamination process, lamination machine. Solvent-based lamination. In solvent-based lamination, adhesive and hardener, which is a curing agent or cross-linking agent, also known as isocyanate, is used along with ethyl acetate or MEK as a solvent. So we require high energy or heat energy to evaporate the solvent, and this process is normally used to produce the packing material for aggressive materials like acid, alkali, pesticides, herbicide, fungicide, insecticide, etc. Solvent-less lamination, as name indicates, it does not require any solvent, so heat or energy is not required to evaporate anything. It is of high output and having low cost manufacturing. It is used for normally almost all 80% or 90% product to packaging material to produce. Then heat and press lamination for pharma foil, extrusion lamination for bulk bag like cement, rice, wheat, granule, and we can pack, we can have material or we can produce material for 10 kg, 20 kg, 25 kg, 50 kg, and up to 1000 kg bags. Then hot melt lamination for soap wrappers, cold seal lamination for confectionery, chocolates, and low melting point products. Slitting machine. After lamination, we have to keep the laminated roll in as it is condition at ambient temperature minimum for 72 hours for better curing. Then and only then we can start slitting. Majorly two type of slitting machines are available. Turret type slitting machine for laminated film, and then second one is a drum type slitting machine for bare film like polyethylene, PET film, BOPP, CPP, and paper. Bag making machine. There are various types of bag or pouch making machines available to produce flat bottom gusset or 3D pouch, stand-up pouch, zipper pouch, six-side seal pouch, scissor cut pouch, D-cut pouch, rope and handle pouch or loop handle pouch, center seal pouch, side seal pouch, perforated pouch, spout pouch, side gusset pouch, shape pouch, laser scored pouch, lap seal pouch, retort pouch, jumbo pouch, etc. We can supply packaging materials to various industries like frozen food manufacturer, frozen vegetable packers, seafood packers, tomato ketchup manufacturer, mayonnaise manufacturer, spices manufacturer, condiments manufacturer, tea and coffee packer, FMCG product manufacturer, pulse, grains, rice packers, pharmaceutical, cosmetic and herbal or healthcare companies, agriculture product like seeds, pesticides, herbicides, fungicides and insecticide, organic and micronutrients and fertilizer manufacturers, disinfectant like chlorine manufacturer, cement manufacturer, synthetic adhesive, paint, chemical manufacturer, lubricant, automobile, oil, grease, auto parts, bearing manufacturer, detergent, soap, hair oil, hair henna and other toiletries manufacturer, edible oil, vegetable oil, ghee manufacturer, milk and dairy product like paneer, cheese and khoya packer, bakery product like biscuits and toast manufacturer, confectionery, chocolate, Cadbury and ice cream manufacturer, soft drink, cold drink and other beverages packers. So I think this one is interesting part for you. Challenges. We are facing many challenges in our day-to-day operations like skill manpower. Very limited numbers of institutes are available which offers printing and packaging courses. So there is always shortage of skilled manpower in the industry. Normally helper becomes assistant machine operator after a few years, and then operator, then senior operator, then supervisor, and finally manager. They only have application oriented knowledge, but they are lacking of fundamental or technical knowledge, and due to that, chances of defects, wastage, complaints, and rejections are very high. Productivity. In flexible packaging industry, rigidity of human assets like supervisor and operator is very high. Due to that, job changeover time is high. In most of the cases, they are underutilizing their resources. They run machine on optimum speed, not high speed. Hence, the productivity is low and not up to the mark. Machine operators do not follow structured SOPs, and due to that, defects are generated. So rework or overproduction is required, and that leads to higher wastage. The chances of internal complaints and external complaints are also high because of the machine operators are always in hurry due to management pressure. Machine operators are also having n number of stresses like their personal stresses, professional stresses that leads to complaint and hence rejection or rework. They require some kind of soft skill training to mitigate their stresses. It will support for their proper focus in work, which results into lower defects, lower wastage, lower internal and external complaints, and lower rejection, or we can say zero rejection. Supply chain management or materials management is also a very big challenge in flexible packaging industry. Slow moving, non-moving or dead moving inventory is another partner of the company. Inventory turnaround ratio or inventory carrying cost is big task. Record keeping, data management or data entry, data mining or data evaluation is also a challenge for the growth of any organization. Humans are our big assets. We need to nurture them by mentoring, counseling, training, or coaching, and even consultancy. Soft skill, hard skill, life skill, lean manufacturing, Six Sigma, and other trainings are required to improve the productivity and their focal area. We need to address All of these 8 areas of improvement for overall growth of the organization, like transportation, access movement of people, inventory or material, equipment or machineries, and other components of process. Inventory, more production than required due to damage or defective materials, improper cycle time, inefficient allocation of capital, motions like time and effort wasted due to unnecessary movement of people, material, equipment, and machinery, waiting, time wasted for waiting on information, instruction, material, or equipment, or even information or instruction flows, overproduction, waste created due to more products produced than required, overprocessing, more work, more component, more step to product or service than required, defects, product or service that fails to meet customers' need, and skill, human potential, underutilization of capabilities. Now, recent development, oxo-biodegradable material, which degrades automatically in the environment after 1 year, 2 year, or 3 years, and even we can add additives to increase or decrease the degradation time also. The major applications are snack foods, agriculture film, carry bags. In oxo-biodegradable material, the material combination is, it contains almost 97 to 99% of plastics and 1 to 3% is additive. And compostable material, which is made from polylactic acid, which derives from rice, potato, or corn starch, which is 100% environment friendly material. And the major applications are cup, paper cup, cutlery, carry bag, straw, containers, tray, and box, like all the single-use plastic applications. VCI film, vapor corrosive inhibitor, which prevents the product from corrosion. So it available in bag, film, or sheet form. Then antimicrobial and anti-ripening film for vegetable and fruit packing, which reduces microbial rate in vegetable and ripening rate in fruits, thus increase the shelf life of vegetables and foods. Then water soluble film, this film dissolve in water in certain time and used to pack disinfectant, chemicals. Then product and energy from waste, paper block, molded furniture, road construction, decorative sheets, irrigation pipe, mulch, film, fabric, cloth, tiles, anti-skid flooring, wood fiber composites, and other products can be produced from the plastic waste. Even we can produce energy from plastic waste through catalytic pyrolysis process. Only we need to change our perceptions from waste to resource. At present, it is a waste, but in nearer future, it is a very important resource. Crude oil is depleting resource, and if we make new sustainable products from plastic waste, then we can protect crude oil from further depletion up to certain time. Only we need to emphasize on 5 R's, like reduce, reuse, recycle, refuse, and then reform. So that's it from my side. Thank you very much. Now, if you have any question, you can ask me.